Well, hello everybody. How y'all doing today? Welcome to the channel again. Leo here. Heather's over doing some exploring here. We are out today. We are in a little place called Raven, Kentucky. Very cool name, isn't it? Raven. But check out this cemetery. How pretty this is, just up on this little hill. There's all kinds of pretty farms and just some really pretty countryside out through here. Really pretty place. The reason that we are here today is for this gentleman right here. Let me get a little closer. This is Marion Lane. Okay, now I'm gonna get comfy here, if you guys don't mind. Kind of sit down in between them, in between the two graves here. Now, before we get going, I have a question I wanted to ask you guys. Could you imagine literally taking 2 bullets to the chest, 1 to the back, and then still having to drive your vehicle a 1/4 of a mile to get help? Most of us probably wouldn't stand a chance. Yet in 1939, Deputy Sheriff Marion Lane here from Floyd County, Kentucky, did just that. His bravery and sheer will to survive are hard to imagine. And we wanted to give a big shout out to our friend Joe Clark for the tip on this story. We were planning to cover it eventually, but when he mentioned it, we realized it was the same cemetery we were visiting for another story. You know, sometimes it's easy to forget locations. We've got nearly 300 stories right now in our to-do file, and that was one of them. Marion Lane here was born December 7th in 1913 here in Knott County, Kentucky. He was the son of William Lane and Lizzie Sturgill. He had at least 8 siblings that we found. He was a middle child. Looking at his life and what's left as far as documents, well, he didn't get to live a whole lot of life, really. His last census is 1930, and he's 16 years old and at home. He never makes it to his next one. Somewhere in between, though, he gets married to Dallas Warrens and has a couple children, Anne and Betty Louise, and both live long lives, by the way. Marion here joined the police department at some point. We're not sure exactly when or how long he'd been doing it, but on January 5th in 1939, Deputy Lane here was looking into a previous shooting that happened between the towns of Garrett and Lackey in Floyd County, Kentucky. Sheriff Dial Salisbury reported that Marion was after a man named Arnold Felton or Patton to arrest him. As he did this, teenage brothers Bert and Marvin Conley caught him off guard and shot him twice in the chest. Marion managed to get back into his car. At this point, guys, though, the story gets even stranger. It seems that someone asked him, "You can't drive, can you, buddy?" He replies, "No." The stranger replies, "Well, I'll just finish you," and shoots him again, hitting Marion in the back. Now, how weird is this now? Anyway, despite his injuries, he managed to drive a 1/4 of a mile to Garrett for help. On his deathbed, he named the Conley brothers as his attackers. He mentioned that he tried to draw his gun after being shot, but felt too paralyzed to fire back. Interestingly, at the time of the shooting, no charges were filed against them. Bert was held by the sheriff's department while Marvin was guarded in a hospital in Martin, Kentucky, nursing bullet wounds in his arm and thigh. There is some confusion in the reports, though. If Marion was too paralyzed to return fire, then who shot Marvin? All right, it's just one of those questions. There's always something. Anyway, Layne passed away just about 2 hours later. He rests here in Turner Cemetery on Whispering Pine Road in Raven, Kentucky, here in Knott County. Eventually, both brothers were acquitted, leaving Deputy Layne's wife, 2 daughters, parents, and siblings to cope with their loss and live the rest of their lives without him until their lives ended as well. So today, after all of the loved ones are gone, while Marion's earthly remains are still here, life was cut short by idiots, by stupid people. We just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge his life and that he actually existed, and tell you guys some of this harrowing tale from hillbilly country. Kind of hard to imagine, isn't it? You're doing your job, you get shot, and then some other idiot comes along and asks if you're too injured to drive. You can't drive, can you, buddy? No. The idiot pulls out a gun and shoots you again. Now, can you just imagine something like that? How stupid. And Marion, he died young, left a family, left a lot of family members, a lot of questions. Marion's dead, both brothers, everyone involved. Nothing. These kind of things always work out bad, don't they? There's never a silver lining, it seems like. Well, there is no silver lining. They say every dark cloud has a silver lining. Unfortunately, I don't believe that's true. I think some dark clouds are just dark clouds. Every now and then you have to make your own silver lining. The family had to pick up and put the pieces back together. You've got children to raise. You've got to feed them, clothe them, educate them. You've got all this stuff to do. You don't really have time to stop and count your losses, I suppose. It's kind of funny how the world works, isn't it? There's always another problem, seems like, looming on the horizon. You get one taken care of and something else jumps up. I'm sure Marion here, when he got the job, he probably thought that everything would be fine now. Got a good job, future secure, my family, my children. Didn't work out that way though, did it? But anyway, guys, I guess I'm gonna get to wandering around. We've got some more stops to make today, and we just wanted to stop here at Marion's grave and tell you this gentleman's story. So I guess we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for coming along, and hope you enjoy some of the pretty scenery up here. Beautiful place, beautiful day. Spring will soon be here. Y'all have a good day, and we will see you guys next time. Keep Marion and his family in your prayers, and their descendants, and I guess that's about it. It's about all we can do, isn't it? Anyway, from Raven, Kentucky, Leo out.
Different dates. It says our brother, Marion Lane, 1913, 1939, gone but not forgotten, so it's interesting.
All of these are lanes.